I forgot to do one important thing. Hopefully I don't need to restart, or I don't actually want to restart this stream. Just give me a second. I forgot to do something very important. Okay, I forgot to do one very key important thing here. I forgot to get this Android phone. Hopefully this will work. Otherwise I'll just use the webcam. Webcam is fine, but the quality is not as good. So let me see where we are. I was actually, the reason for this tutorial is that I was actually working on a, what was I doing? I was working on, where's OBS? Hey, Android webcam. Yeah, I was actually I'm working on a future tutorial. Then I thought that it would be better if I can break some of this stuff up. So yeah, okay. Wish I could. Oh, it does show up. Oh, thank goodness. There we go. So that's easy. Okay, I like that little trick. Okay, so you should see me in the webcam. It's a little bit better quality. So essentially, I want to show you guys how to obviously use Podman Desktop and how to control or set up things. Sorry, not Podman Desktop, Podman Cordlets to run something like Pi-hole or AdGuard on another device. So for example, the Raspberry Pi. Then I remember that I actually do have a Raspberry Pi which it has been in storage for about 5 years. The reason is because when I moved here to this place, obviously you guys know the pandemic and all that stuff, a lot of projects were put on hold, but I do have this guy here. I got this in 2018. This is so if you want to watch it there, or you watch it there. So this is the Raspberry Pi 0W, and so I bought it with a case, and I do have a so I have to remove that. I also bought a micro SD card, and the micro SD that also came with this is an adapter. There you go. Whatever, which one you want to see. And I also obviously have a cable. I think this came from the Samsung phone, which I'm actually using right now as a webcam. So that's all we need. So to get started here, now we do need some software. What is going on here? Where's my mouse? Okay, we do need some software. So I'm gonna log into the laptop. The reason I'm using the laptop and not my workstation is because, as you guys know, when I upgraded my workstation, I decided to use this. I decided to use the same case. The problem is because the front USB ports, I guess they don't sit properly or something, or the contacts are not right there anymore. Because remember, it's really old. So and I don't feel like bending over to get the back. So the laptop is right here. So I'll just use the laptop instead. So unfortunately, I'll have to use this application to log in and log into the laptop. Okay, so I think I finally got that what's the name of that application? Social Stream Ninja working, I think. So if you guys do live stream, you should actually see it. It should pop up there. Okay, so I forgot. I should actually go here. I should actually have gone to the website instead. Let me actually see if I can do that. I do have some websites here. RaspberryPi.com. So I'll just show you here. This is RaspberryPi.com. So this is RaspberryPi.com. So as you can see here, they have a lot of products. I'm not shooting for them. So obviously I have an older model because mine was 2008. I don't know if you'd see. So it's not this one. This is the Raspberry Pi 2W. I have the first generation, of course. That's not mine. I don't know if mine will show up here. Mine is super old. Who knows? It might actually be here. Oh, here it is. So this is the one I have. Mine is it's not just this one. It's this one, meaning it has wireless. It has Bluetooth and Wi-Fi as well. So this is the one I'm surprised they still sell it. Okay, so it's still there. So I thought my tutorial might be a little bit outdated, but looks like it's still valuable. So as you can see, it has BGN wireless LAN, Bluetooth 4.1, Bluetooth low energy, It has 1 gigahertz of a single core CPU. It has only 512 megabytes of RAM. It has a mini HDMI port. I think I used this one time when I was a little bit frustrated, but it also has 2 USB ports, micro USB ports. One is the on-the-go port, meaning that it does 2 things. It both powers it can power the Raspberry Pi, and it can also do for data transfer as well. That's what we're going to use. And then there's another one which is only for power. So you have to be careful. Make sure you get the proper cable, because I got this cable, if you guys remember, when I reviewed that shaver. So this is the cable that came with it, and it's obviously a micro USB. So when I plugged this one in, nothing happened. So then when I use this one for the old phone, this is a very this cable was for it's a Samsung tablet which is only USB, so it's a super old one. So this one worked no problem. It might even work on my desktop, but that's fine. Most of you guys probably have laptops anyway. So as you can see here, it also has an option to connect a camera to. So this is a perfect little project. I mean, this little Raspberry Pi. In the future, remember I was telling you I might get a module and some sensors, and I'll be able to program it. So this is a pretty perfect project for that. And you see it even has composite video and reset headers. So this would be a perfect little guy if I get some heat for it. So and ironically, because I'm in Canada, I actually bought it from this company CanKit. But nowadays it looks like I don't know if you can actually buy it from here. Usually to take you to a different place. Oh yeah, I was right. So even if it says buy now, usually they don't sell it directly. You have to go. So I bought mine from CanKit. I said this is 2008, so that's what. Wow, that's like 8 years ago, right? That was a long time ago. Okay, so if you're not using Linux, you can simply go to raspberrypi.com. You go to software, and then you can download the imager. Now I don't need to do this because I said I'm running Fedora Linux. It's already in the repository, so that's what I'm going to use. If you're on a Debian type system, you just type apt install rpi-imager in your terminal. And obviously, if you're on some other operating system like Windows or Mac OS, you just download it from there. So, and then we're going to follow this instruction. You see how to set up your device. This imager, it will download the operating system itself, but if you want to do it manually, that's what I did before. Like I said, this is a very old device. I think I had Debian. I installed Debian myself from the Debian site. So as I said, I haven't updated in a while. I think I might have updated during the pandemic. I might have updated it, but obviously the problem is I've moved twice since then, because when I sold the condo, I moved to a hotel. So obviously and then I moved. I was staying in the office. I mean, for work. So then obviously I switched it from the condo Wi-Fi, the one I had, to the one in the hotel. So not hotel, the office. And then when I moved here, it's been installed until today, because I said I'm working on an article. That's why I grabbed it. So we're going to follow these instructions here. I'm not going to set up a Raspberry Pi Connect. You can if you wish. There's no need to, especially if it's on home network. And here you see this Raspberry Pi OS. So let's actually go here, and there's also micro programming. I don't need any of this. Okay, so if we go to the OS for the download options, I'll explain to you which one I have. So you see here they have 2 different versions. There's a legacy version, and the obviously the it goes Raspberry Pi OS, and they no longer do that. Now they just call it Raspberry Pi OS. The 64-bit and 32-bit. Now remember, I only have 512, basically half a gig, so it doesn't make sense for me to go 64-bit. So clearly I'm going to go with the 32-bit version because I want, as you guys know, I like performance, so that's what I'm going to take. So if you see here, even here they say that the 64-bit version is compatible with all of them, except one thing you don't see here, you don't see my version of the Pi 0, right? This is I said the 2nd generation, so it's not there, and this is when it was released. So I am not going to grab the 64-bit version, but you can grab the 64-bit version. There is actually the full version because it's a port of Debian Trixie, and there's also the Lite version. So for my particular use, because I'm okay with the command line, I don't need a desktop environment, so this one I'm going to choose, but I'm not going to get the 64-bit version. You see here they have the 32-bit version. It's compatible with all the Pi models, so this is the one I'm going to get. And I'm not going to, although it can run the full version, I am not going to grab the full version, even if I can install my own UI and stuff like that. I don't need it, because I said I'll just SSH into it if I need to. So I'm going to grab the Lite one. See the Lite one? You can tell the difference as well. So if you get this, just the regular one, the download size is 1.2 gigs, and after it's installed it will be 5.5 gig. If you get the full one, it's even bigger. It comes out at almost 2 gigs, and then you need close to 10 gigs or 9 gigs of space. Now, I don't know how big this micro SSD is. I guess we'll find out when I plug it in. And then the Lite one, you see, it's only half a gig, and after it's fully installed, it comes out to 2.6 gigs. So that's the one I'm going to use. It has no desktop environment. I don't need a desktop environment, and the applications will install them manually. So that's perfectly fine. And then there's some. There's the legacy version, that's a bookworm. Obviously, that's the older version of Debian, or it's still supported. So that's why it says 64. You see, again, my Raspberry Pi version is not supported with the 64-bit version. But if we go to the 32-bit version, the legacy one, I'm surprised it's not supported here. Maybe they made a mistake. It should be supported. I'm surprised it's not supported there. Yeah, surprised it's not. It should be, because it's a 32-bit. Oh, maybe it's because people like me, we installed like our own, like whether it was Arch Linux or whatever. Maybe that's why. Oh yes, it's here. I should pay more attention. You see 0 and 0W. It is here, so it does support it. So I was like, what's going on? And then you can also get Pi Raspberry Desktop, and you see it's PC and Mac. Obviously, that means Windows and Mac OS. And there we go. And if you just want the port of the Bullseye, you can also grab this as well. I said I'm not gonna grab any of these. I don't need them, because I said I'm already using Fedora Linux, so I'm perfectly fine. So there we go. All right. So I just wanted to show you that. And as I said, if you're joining us a little bit later, the reason I'm doing this is because I have an article that I'm working on, and I do need to upgrade. I said it's been sitting for 5 years. So yeah, it definitely needs to be updated. Okay, so let's get rid of that. Now I'm gonna log in to, I'm using Remina RDB. I'm connecting to the laptop. You guys, surprising, yeah, the laptop is just here, just after the keyboard, so it's right next to me. So I'm gonna log in here. Hope I don't do anything too stupid. Can you guys see what I'm typing? Huh. I wonder if you guys can see what I'm typing there. Okay, so I've logged in, and I already updated it manually. So what I need here is, I need a terminal. So where is the terminal? Oh, here. Just type in here terminal. It doesn't matter which one. I like this one because it's stretch. Yeah. So I'm gonna grab this terminal, and I'm just gonna type sudo dnf install rpi imager. I think I spelled that right, hopefully. Okay, so instead of is it right? Oh, did I install it earlier? So I don't think I installed it. That's interesting. Oh, maybe I must have done something in the past where it must have been installed, but that's weird. That is super weird. That it. Oh, wait. Oh my goodness! You know what? I just realized something. Yes, when I was, it's the same laptop I had. Okay, so I've had the laptop for a while, so I must have installed it a long time ago, about 4 years ago. When I said when I was staying in a hotel. So because I had to update the Wi-Fi, so that's when So I must have I don't know what's on it. So anyways, let's get started. So so it's installed. Now what I need to do is, you see here, this is the adapter. That's what the adapter looks like. I don't know if you can see that properly. Okay, so what I'm going to do is make a little space here. I'm going to grab the Raspberry Pi and carefully remove. It says here it's is it 8 gig? So it's an 8 gig. So that's a lot of space. Yeah, it says 8 gig. I don't know if you can see it. And there we go. I don't know, focus. It's an 8 gig. So that should be more than enough. I can probably install some pretty big. There we go. So now I believe this is an SSD. So I should be able to plug this in and it should. Okay, so authentication required, so it does work. I don't know if it's locked. Okay, so there we go. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna type RPI. See, RPI is short for what in the world happened there? Why did this come up? YouTube chat. What the? What? I'm confused here. Where? Okay, what? What did that? How did that pop out? Welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy. All messages. What the? How? Okay, is that must be from the social media thing? Why did it pop out? Or was that an OBS thing? Okay, that is super weird. Okay, so that was weird. Anyway, so let's go back to the tutorial. Super weird. So I have this Raspberry Pi manager here. So it says choose a device. Obviously, I have the. If you remember, I already told you I don't have this one. I have this one, the Raspberry Pi Zero. Mine is W, so that's what I'm going to pick. And it says pick an operating system. So the operating system. I'm going to pick the 32-bit. It's the first one here. That's the one I want. I'll pick that one. So it's going down. It says pick a storage device. So if I click this, SD card reader, this is the one I'm going to pick. You see it has, I don't know if I have to format it. Yeah, so you see I already have some stuff on it. So I'm going to pick, hopefully it overwrites it, so then hopefully it does. So then I'll click next. Would you like to apply the OS customization settings? Yes, definitely. Excuse me. I haven't done this one. I said I usually do it on the command line, so this is more for your guys' benefit. Okay, so yes, I add settings. Okay, so it says set a host name. By default, it's Raspberry Pi.local. I'm okay with that name, so I'll click that. Raspberry Pi local is fine. Then it says set a username and password. So I will, should I do this here? Set this manually. Fedora might try to autofill your laptop's name. Okay. So it's going to be Edward, and you come up with a password. I don't know if this is going to show. Ha! It actually shows the password. Alright, so I'm going to set it up here. I'll change it later. So I'll just put some, hopefully it allows me. I'll just put a password here. Oh! It actually shows it. Did you guys see that? I don't know if you saw it. Yeah, so it's okay. And then I'm not going to configure the wireless LAN. I'll do that off screen. Maybe can I drag this away so you guys don't see it? Oh, I don't even know what that is. So so that's fine. If we go to services, we want to enable SSH. I use password authentication. I'm not going to use a SSH key for now. And then under options, play sound when finished, eject media when finished. So I think it does this by default. So I don't need to eject this. It should finish by itself. I'll just finish it myself. So I'll set up the Wi-Fi later. Actually, I'm going to disable Wi-Fi. Okay, so that's fine. Do you want to apply? Yes, apply them. So I hit yes. All existing data on internal will be erased. That's what I wanted. I didn't want to erase it by myself. So yes, continue. Yes. So it's asking me for obviously the sudo password, or if you're root, there will be the root password. What? Did I type in the wrong password? Okay, I must have typed in this keyboard, getting to my nerves. Okay, so luckily I made sure it's able to write. It's writable. I think it is automatic. I think that's just the way that card, whatever that extender or whatever you call it, yeah, I forgot the name. I'll grab it when it finishes. So now the only thing I did today was I plugged this in to make sure it works, and I said that's why I was fooling around with the cables until I got a cable that actually does work. So I was happy with that. It actually, surprisingly, it's actually doesn't take too long to boot up as well. So how long is it going to take? Looks like this is going to take forever. This is another reason I prefer using the command line. I do remember this. I do remember even back in the day, people used to complain that this if you use this imager thing, it does take a while. Yes, because if you're a Linux pro like I am, just use the dd command. Although people say that the dd command used to have a bunch of problems in the past, I've never had a problem with it. I think it's because people just maybe want to make it the fastest as possible. I just pick up happy medium. I'm okay with that. And what I'm saying is that I don't need something to be flashed like in in 2-3 seconds. I'm willing to wait a minute so that things are done that way. Instead of doing things in a few seconds and then there's a problem, you have to do it again and again. It's the same thing if some of you are older, you may remember like when we had the CD and especially the DDRWs, people used to be obsessed with the speed, and most of them, the fastest ones, always used to have issues. I didn't realize this. Oh yeah, yeah. So okay, so this one looks like it's gonna take a while. You know what? I'm gonna see how long it takes. Let's actually measure how long this thing is going to take. So I'll put this here, see how long it's going to take. All right, while that's going, I'm going to check, make sure the live streams are all fine. I'm feeling a little cold, even though it's supposed to be 0 degrees outside right now. And I'll tell you why I feel a little bit colder. It's because when it's 0 degrees outside, in here, even though I set the temperature to 14 degrees, the heater is going to come on maybe once or twice every like 3-4 hours, right? So because when it's cold outside, say like minus 16 degrees Celsius, the heat will come on maybe 3-4 times an hour. So that little boost of heat, you can feel it and you feel, I guess maybe it's psychological or it's a placebo effect. You feel warmer, but when it's like when it's 0 degrees outside, the heat barely comes on. So I do feel because I guess you're not getting that little burst of heat. Okay, so was that 15%? Yeah, that is slow. But okay, so I'm not gonna complain too much because at least it does work. Hopefully, if it's slow. My pet peeve would be if it's that slow and then it breaks up. There's one of that. What is that application that people on YouTube? There used to be the it thing. It was called, I think, Itcher. That one, people were saying how wonderful it is. It's cross-platform, whatever. I tried it on Windows. I tried it on a Mac. I tried it on Linux. It was slow and it always messed things up. And I'm thinking, why are people like hyping this thing up, right? It's weird. What else? Yeah, I'm really happy with this. This was a nice investment because I used to use this when I was making Android apps back then. The problem is I don't know what Google decided to do is, for some reason, when you have a local network, you have, for example, you saw that one is Raspberry Pi.local. Yeah, Obviously, Linux has had that for a long time. Obviously, Mac, Apple as well, even Windows. But for some weird reason, Google decided to remove that feature from Android, and yeah, you had to like come up with. That's another reason I bought the Raspberry Pi. So like when I was testing clients, when I make apps for them, you know, they didn't have to type in the IP address or whatever, just type in the name. So what I would do is I would put this stuff on the Raspberry Pi, and I run something like DNS, and then I also decided to run what's that thing I used to run? Oh, there was a time when people were worried about Google, because you know everyone was telling you that on your router you put what's the Google one? Is it 8888 I think, or 8844? So what I used to do, I also would use the Raspberry Pi instead, or you can also put your own. For example, if you have a server, you can do that as well for the gateway stuff. I'm using SpaceX Starlink residential service, and I think it uses. You can change it, but I think it uses the Cloudflare. Both, you know, as funny as that is, both Google and Cloudflare are way better than most, especially if you live in a city. Those are your ISPs. All they want to do is spy on you, everything you do. So just be cautious. Okay, this is at 30%. Yeah, that is slow. So if I was using DD command, it would be finished. And I'll tell you how I know it's finished, because the laptop is not really a slouch. It has an NVMe card. It has 16 gigs of DDR3 or 4, I'm not sure, RAM. You know, we can check that out. But you know what? Let me see. Let's see if it shows up here. Oops. How do I go to the settings? Oh, here, settings. Let's see if you tell us what type of system we have. We'll go to about. It's it's a Dell Latitude E7470. It's an i5-63, so I guess that's a 6th generation. I don't know if it tells us the RAM here. I might have to go to the command line. It doesn't tell me here, but I'm pretty sure it's DDR3. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's a DDR3. So where are we here? Okay. I'm getting a little bit impatient here. Come on. Jeez, had I remembered that it was slow, I could have simply stopped it, and hopefully I do remember as well, this type of application, when they get close to the end, then they slow down even more. And this is a 32-bit system. Wow. So another reason I don't want to turn on Wi-Fi is because I don't want this guy sitting around doing nothing. So my thinking is this. I'll explain to you why. See, but this is the case. So you can see that's for the HDMI, and that's the 2 USB ports. This one on the end here is for power. So the one in the middle, the USB port in the middle, it's the OTG port, meaning that it can do power delivery and it can also do data. And as you guys saw, I'll show you soon. So that's what I'm going to use. So because you need to power this thing, or it doesn't come with a battery, so my thinking is, why have Wi-Fi on? Right? It doesn't make any sense. If I'm going to plug it in there, it doesn't need to have Wi-Fi. I can simply just SSH into it. Now the Wi-Fi will probably what I'm saying is this: is like, obviously if I want to do something, if I want to install something like Pi-hole, yeah, absolutely turning on Wi-Fi will be fine. One thing I found about this Raspberry Pi W, about 0W, is that it surprisingly gives off a lot of heat. So even with this heatsink, it does give up a lot of heat. And you might be thinking that it's a Wi-Fi. Yes, a little bit, probably the Bluetooth as well, but it's because of the lights. Because when it turns on, there's light. I think there's like some amber light. There's another light for, I guess, when Wi-Fi and when it's ready. So when I turned off those lights, it ran much more cooler, and so that's why I prefer to turn those lights off. And I'll show you. I'm gonna actually turn them off now, so I don't need them. I don't need them. I'm not saying like if you guys maybe have a better heat sink, but yeah, yeah, I do turn them off. I said for my particular use case, I don't need it because look, I have a case. I don't need some light. Oh, another thing is, I remember the first time I had this on. I think one time I went to bed late when I was in a condo, and then this thing was the blue light was like, or the blue or green light, one of them was really annoying. I had to literally unplug this and plug it in during the day. That's when I decided, you know what, I'll just switch off the lights so I can get some sleep. It's like it's a very bright light, especially when it's dark. I mean, here it's different because this is not like a condo. I have a separate bedroom where I go, so that won't bother me. But yeah, at least they give you an option to turn it off. Okay, so we still got about 44% to go. That is really slow. Now, some of you might be wondering, why in the world do you do stuff on the command line? This is I think the third day in a row, or second day in a row. Here's another example why I do. Actually, today this is the second example from today why I do stuff on the command line. You see how long that's taking, and it's not guaranteed that nothing will go wrong, right? So that's the reason. If I do stuff on the command line, I can see what's going on. And if something breaks, I can obviously debug it and resolve it. For example, like today when I'm using today's tutorial, the Podman desktop, although I followed the instructions, did everything, literally the same thing I did to write the article, it still didn't work until I redid it again. I said if that was on the command line, if there was an issue, I would have found it more quickly, and resolve it. I'm still confused how that remember to guard your privacy, the live chat. How did that YouTube live chat come out here? It says all messages you send will appear publicly. Okay. Edit URL, set flags, get support in Discord, YouTube. Where did that pop? This must be from the social. Is it Social Stream Ninja? Alright. Oh my goodness, we still got 35% to go. And so yeah, that's a long time. That's a long time. I can actually go and I can actually go and come back. Is that weird? That is so weird. I can go grab some water, but I'm okay for now. Well, I didn't expect it to take this long. No, because as I said, it's the laptop is not so. The problem is not the laptop; it's this application. Oh wow! Or maybe I should have. If I remember correctly, I think this Raspberry Pi supports one of those super fast SD micro SDs. Maybe that's a problem. Yeah, but that is slow. Wow. Yeah, wow, that is slow. I was hoping this would be a fast tutorial, maybe 15 minutes tops, doing stuff. But man, I didn't realize this would be the slow part. And it still has almost was it 25% to go still. Over 25% to go. Okay. Fingers crossed that it's already wiped out the old system, so oh man. Actually, this is a good thing because because I was going to actually do this with the upcoming tutorial, so it's a good thing we got this out, so at least it's split. What I'll do is, for this video, I'll add it to the article, and then that article will have that article might have 3 videos. So it'll be this one, this will be the first one, and then there'll be another one for obviously when we install some software, and if we do a night stream, maybe, but I seriously doubt it. This it won't run too bad, surprisingly. After it finishes, we've still got a 22% to go, 78%. Man, if you guys are listening from the what do you call it? If you guys are listening from the from the podcast, this is awkward, because normally I have a lot of stuff to say and I'm talking, and this one is super awkward. Such a pretty nice case. It actually held up pretty well. The color here faded. Now that could also be because of it might be because most likely from when I was in the office. So I'm pretty no, I think it was actually like that. It wasn't quite white. I'm talking about the top here. I deliberately did that because I like you know, if you ever watched old movies and then I don't know, from the 80s or 90s, and then have something from the 70s. It had that what do you call it, a little slightly faded look, so I went for that. I think I actually picked that, yeah. I deliberately picked it like that, so it will have that look to it. Alright, so we have 15% to go, and look at that time. And that time is actually not correct, because remember, I think I only started when it was about 8 or 11%. You guys can tell me in the video there. Oh wow, we got on Odyssey I have 43 followers. Thanks for that. Let me see how many I have on Rumble. Rumble I have 140 followers. Again, thank you for that. And on BitChute I have 39 subscribers. And on YouTube I have, I think, 1,130. It's probably a little bit more than that. Thanks again for that. Those are for the main channels. I also have the Tech Rants, which actually went over 100 subscribers. Thanks again for that. Okay, let's log in here. Have to be careful with that placement. Okay, so we have what, 8% to go. That is slow. Wow, that is slow. DDD will be much faster. I think it's usually a minute or less. But this is the recommended way to do it, so I'm following this, and the pain is unfortunately when you do a live stream there's no way to speed this up. Obviously when you edit a video you can. I was actually debating whether I should actually just make a video of this or do a live stream. So I decided to do a live stream because I said I was hoping to be my shortest live stream, but already we're coming up to 40 minutes, and probably half of that is just waiting for this guy to finish. And I'm not even sure, but this might be a major fail. But at least you guys are seeing it in real time. So what will happen is when it finishes, I'll unmount it, then plug it in again, and then I will make some edits. So as I said before, one of the things I want to do is I don't like those lights. I wanna because they make this little guy very hot. Actually, that might not be a bad idea. Get a little bit extra heat. No, it gets really hot, and I mean, like, you see how I'm touching it here. you even just touching the top of the sink or down anywhere here, you can just feel there's a lot of heat, and that's only from the lights, right? Actually reminds me of my old phone. I used to have I had an LG Nexus 4. Man, that thing, when I put on the GPS, it would what is the thing that goes with the GPS? Yeah, just the GPS. That thing would heat up, like, I mean, get really, 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 really hot. Even though it's finished now, it's verifying. Okay. Hopefully that goes faster. That thing will get really, really hot. I remember one time I was driving to Kitchener, Ontario, and I put on the what do you call it? I put on the Bluetooth headset. Oh yeah, the Bluetooth. That's what I meant to say. The Bluetooth is another one that on that particular one it would get really hot. I was just in Mississauga, not even like halfway, and then the phone just like was burning. I had to like pull over on the highway. And then I realized it was running through the battery very, very quickly. So because I was gonna be on the highway, I think for about an hour. So I'm like, okay, I'll switch it on when I get off the highway. But it was so hot, it would not turn off, and the battery, it just kept on draining the battery. So I was like, okay, so let me try to drive. So I just kept on driving. When I reached Kitchener, the GPS was still working. And then I saw a gas station, so I pulled into the gas station, and then I asked some people, because I wrote down the address. So I asked the people, and I was very close. So then I just turned. There was a few turns, and I was there. And then obviously coming back, it was easy because I just had to get the highway. Obviously, when I'm in Mississauga, Toronto, and I know the area. That was my first time in Kitchener, I think, since I was a teenager. Even the verifying takes a while. Wow. Okay. Hopefully that. Wow, that is slow. Yeah, and that's why I said that's another reason why I like to use the command line. So because these tools are fine, but man, that is slow. That is like mechanical storage, with the platter disk slow. Now it could also be because the drive is allegedly slow, but come on, that is really, really slow. I think maybe it would have been faster if I deleted and wiped the SSD card. Alright, hopefully everything is okay. Seriously? It's not done yet? Looks like it's... Wow. Alright, just wait. I honestly thought this tutorial might even take like 5 minutes, so make it like a quickie or something, but wow, I never anticipated, but okay. Obviously it's old too, right? Like I said, this is the first generation, and the only difference between this one and the Raspberry Zero was this one just came with Wi-Fi, but they didn't speed it up or anything, so it was still just as slow as that one too. So the reason I wanted to update it is also so that I can simply just run one command once in a while, maybe once a year or whatever, and I can do updates. Obviously I'll be using this more often, so because now I'm settled, I'll be able to update it more frequently than before. So, and you guys will see I might install some stuff on here. Okay, it has been written. You can now remove the card. Okay, so let's hit continue. So we can close this application. Now, what I do is I pull up the file manager, and okay, so here we go. and yeah, so here it is. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to, instead of just ripping it out, I'm going to what do you call it, I'm going to eject these or unrip them. So we just do that. Okay, I guess that was the old one. Okay, that one doesn't work as well. Okay, so it looks like it's not detecting it. Okay, so what I'll do, so what you have to do is just, oops, almost threw the laptop off. So you take it out, but we're not done yet because I said I want to turn off the light. So I'll plug it back in. So I plugged it back in and it found it. So let me see if it mounted it. Yeah, so it did mount it. So we want to go to this one, the boot what is this, boot FS. So we click there and we go here. Now we're going to modify some files, so be careful, make sure you know what you're doing. Do I know what I'm doing? Of course I know what I'm doing. Okay, so we're looking, I prefer doing this on the command line, but this is just for you guys. So these are the two files we're looking for, the command line.txt and the config.txt. So I'm gonna open, I don't know if I can open this up. Let me see if I can open up with gedit. Okay, right click. I'm trying to open up in a GUI. Oh man. Okay, so the mouse is not working. There we go. So I'm opening up the config file. So this is the config file. Oh, you guys remember this? Okay, so this is the config file. You see here, it says more options. You can go to obviously the Raspberry Pi.io/config text. So you can see you can uncomment some of this. So for example, hardware interfaces. You can uncomment this if you want the audio. So clearly this guy has no audio, right? So right now it's enabled. So if I want to disable it, I can just do that. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't have a, that's not going to be a problem. Camera detect auto. This one doesn't have a camera, so I can basically just I can comment those out. Then we go down here, go down right here. It says DT overlay DWC2. So I'll explain to you what this part does. So this part right here is important. That will allow us to connect because right now it's already connected by USB. So so I don't need to do anything else. So it's already, you see it says EG for USB device, or if I use USB port if it's not required. So you see it says OGG_mode. So that's perfectly fine. So yeah, so this one is perfectly fine. I'm going to leave it as is because I do want it. Now, as I said, I'm going to add some more stuff here because I want to disable, there's some things I would like to disable. Okay, so I'm going to disable, I'm going to show you all these things. I'm just going to copy all of this. And I'm going to show you what I'm going to disable. Okay, so I'm going to disable the activity LED because I told you that heats it up. So this is how you disable it, and there's actually you see I put it to none, and the LED itself, there's when it's active low, I set that to none as well. And there's also a power LED. I'm going to disable that one as well. You put it to none and off. And then for the Ethernet, obviously this one doesn't have Ethernet, so this doesn't make a difference. But sometimes, if I remember correctly, I had to do this one as well because for some weird reason, although it's a Raspberry Pi 0, which that clearly doesn't have an Ethernet, this one also came with the LEDs for it, so that's why I put that here. So then all I need to do is hit save. I think it's not going to allow me to save if I'm correct. Let me put, if you go here and hit save, I don't think it will allow me to save. Oh, it did. Okay. Oh, yeah, because it mounted it as a regular user. Oh, thank goodness. That's actually one good thing about System D. Okay, so I don't need this anymore. It took like almost half an hour. Then the next one we're going to edit is this one here, the command line .text. So I'm going to right click if it actually does work. Okay, open in text editor. We're going to edit this one as well. So you see it says console, serial, all this kind of stuff. Yeah, just leave that. We're not going to touch any of that. Plymouth. Oh, that's actually something from a Fedora. Okay, or Red Hat. I'm surprised it has that one. Okay, whatever. So now, by default, it has IPv6. So I'm going to disable that. I'm going to disable IPv6 because I don't need it. At least not now. So all you do is you put a, is it a comma? Oh, just put a space. So you just put a space and you do that. So IPv6.disable equals 1. Then I don't need Bluetooth. Yes, this little guy comes with Bluetooth as well. So I'm gonna disable Bluetooth as well. So I'm gonna disable Bluetooth. So I've disabled Bluetooth and I'm going to disable Wi-Fi, and I explained to you guys why I'm disabling Wi-Fi. It's because I said since this has to be plugged most likely to one of the workstations, I can really use that. Now, if I was downloading packages or updating, I guess in that particular case I should not disable Wi-Fi, but I can turn it on later. Yeah, so I turn it on. So I've also disabled Wi-Fi. So I've disabled Wi-Fi. The reason the Bluetooth, I guess around that time, for low or value type devices or mid-range devices, I said they got really hot. Even though this guy again has a heatsink. I don't know if you guys can see the heatsink there. You see, it does have a heatsink. Yeah, but it still gets too hot. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to hit save as well. Go for your file and hit save. There we go. Now I'm done. Okay, so now despite it saying that so I'll be able to SSH into the system, normally you need an empty SSH file here. Let's make sure it's in the I don't see an SSH. Where's S? I don't see an SSH, so hopefully it does work. Otherwise I might have to come back here to put one in here. So in the old days you had to put an empty file in here. I just call it SSH. So I'm gonna do that as well, just to be on the safe side. When I right click here, oh come on. So I'm gonna create, oops, oh I can't, oh why? I can't actually create, oh okay, I'll just open in terminal. Hopefully that works. I'll just go to touch SSH. I don't know if you need to do this anymore, but I'm just going to do that. Just you had to do this in the past, so I'm just going to do it again because I said this is a node system. So I touch SSH, so I'll be able to SSH into it. So now I think I'm done. Where is my SSH file? Yeah, SSH. It's just an empty file. So I'm done. Then it's always a good idea to unmount them. So to unmount, you can just click that. You see, and then it will. I hope it doesn't mount them. Let's set. Will it unmount? Will it mount them again? Oh yeah, it mounts them again. So I'll just unmount them, and then I'll remove it, and I'll just hit cancel. So they should be gone. Yeah, they're gone. Okay. So you see, this is the Kingston micro SD adapter. If you guys can see that. So I'm going to remove it from here. Where is it? Okay, there we go. And I'm putting it into the, I'll put it into the slot, obviously facing up. I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, is that all the way in? It's weird, why is it? Okay, I think that's, yeah, it's in. So I'll show you what that looks like. This guy here is the SSD card. Then this is the case. Obviously it fits in here, very easy. Of course you can see this mini HDMI, and obviously the mini HDMI here as well. So just put them there and you should be good to go. And oh, just you didn't have to do anything, it just fit basically perfectly. Not quite. This guy's a little bit high. No, it's a little bit high, so I don't know what's going on there. Okay, there we go. Oops. Let me break it. Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. Just snap it into place. It's perfectly snapped in. You guys heard that little sound. Okay, so just the cover can go either way, it doesn't really matter. There we go. So it's perfectly done. Grab them. Where did I put it? Okay, here's the USB cable. Okay, so now you can see there it has this one is the mini HDMI. This is power only. I don't know if you guys can see that. Focus. Yeah. So I'm not gonna put in the power one because I'm gonna choose the second one. Okay, you guys had that snap. Then I'm gonna plug this onto the laptop. Oh, before I do that, I want to show you guys something. We don't need this anymore. Is that terminal? Okay, I'll just open up the terminal here. I like using the console, as I said. Console. Okay, so this is just a laptop. There's nothing. So if I type ls USB, you can see there's only. Can I zoom out? Okay, so there's only 1, 2, 3, 4. There's only 4 devices. There's the root hub. There's the integrated webcam. It's actually a 1080p full HD. There's the touch screen because it's a touch. It has a touch screen, and then there's another root hub. So that's all it is. So I'm gonna be looking for something called Broad. What's the name of that company? Not Broadband. Broadcom. When I find Broadcom, I'll know that it's working. So it's booting up as well. So I'm gonna plug it in here. Surprising, the laptop has so many ports but only one USB port. Okay, which way it goes up? It's upside down. Okay, so this is upside down. Okay, so I'm gonna put this guy just on the desk here, away from me. Okay, alright, so there it is. Now if I type ls USB, it hasn't detected yet because it takes a while to boot up and stuff as well, so we just wait. Now had I let the lights on, I would be able to determine I would know what it's doing, so it will tell me by the indicator lights, but I said I turn them on because it gets really hot. Not yet, it's still, yeah. So somewhere here you say Broadcom, then I'll know that it's working. Okay, so I'm being, now obviously it's slow because it's a slow it's a slow computer, but we can wait. When I bought this, I think I also bought a There's a special adapter which plugs into the other USB. The reason I did that because at that time I still had the, what was that one before the micro S? Yeah, they had all those micro the micro USB. I know the always proprietary, so it was really annoying, right? So one thing I liked about this one was it came with the standard one that people, because you had those weird shaped ones as well, the different types, all proprietary stuff, even though it said it was USB. Are you done yet? Okay, not is it? So I'm just waiting until I see somewhere here it says Broadcom, then I'll know it's ready, then I can SSH into it. And oh my goodness, it's been an hour. Wow. Okay, so oh no, I should time it. Yeah, I should actually, what's wrong with me? I should actually be clock. I should actually be timing to see how long it takes to start up. I should have done that. Let's see how long it will take to start up. Not yet. Yeah, so it will say Broadcom here, and then it's still booting up. Should get a little warm too. It's still pretty cool. Gets just slightly warm. So we just wait until we see it, then I'll see if I can SSH into it. Do I remember my password? yeah, okay. I should actually write down that password so I don't forget. I should actually put it in the Vault Warden. I think I still have it somewhere here. Vault Warden. Where are you? Raspberry Pi. Where is the Raspberry Pi? Okay, here we go. Okay, I've saved it in my password manager. Is this guy up and running yet? No, not yet. What is going on here? Remember, it's not a fast device too, right? I'm saying it's not. So we have well, not two problems, not two issues, but I guess the SD is not. It's slow, and oh, I think I remember too. I think for this particular one, I was not able to get one of those super fast SD because I guess it would not be supported anyway. So I just got a regular one. Obviously it's slow, and it's do I still have the website there? Okay, so while this is going on, let's go and see if they still have the information about the Raspberry Pi, this version I have. Let's see, if we go to hardware, it's not this one. In case you're joining us late, this is not the that is not the I have the Raspberry Pi Zero, but it's not the second generation. It's obviously the first generation, which is right here. This is the one I have. So let's go read more about it. A special Raspberry Pi Zero camera cable, if you want. Oh, is that what that thing was? I hope I still have it and didn't throw this away. Yeah, they actually, it says the standard cable supplies with Raspberry Pi cameras are not compatible with the small Raspberry Pi Zero camera connector. Suitable cables are available at low cost. Okay, so yeah, I also got, I think they threw in this, the camera cable. Okay, so I already explained this. So as you guys saw, I turned off the Wi-Fi. Turned off the Wi-Fi. I turned off the Bluetooth, and it's 1 gig. It's single core CPU. Obviously, it's ARM. Yeah, it's an ARM. Obviously, it's ARM. Sorry, and yeah. So this is the information that the CSI camera connect. I think I got a cable for it, and I was like, what am I going to do that for? Is it ready yet? No, it hasn't been detected yet, so it must still be booting. Oh, you know what? Oh yeah, it's gonna take a while. So let me explain what's gonna take a while. So all we did was put the operating system basically like when you get a new operating system, you know, you put it on a CD or DVD or a USB stick. That's all we did. So what needs to happen is it needs to actually install it. All we did was just put it onto the SD drive. So it's going to take a while to what do you call it? It's going to take a while to actually get installed and set up, right? So once it's done, we'll be able to log it. So I don't know how long that's going to take, and this tutorial is taking too long. So all I care about, I'm ready to end this tutorial. As long as I can see it here, I'll know it's working. So I'll check on this every little while. Ooh, getting cold. I can feel my down on my knee area there, getting a little bit chilly. Obsolescence statement. I didn't realize that. It says the Raspberry Pi 0W will remain in production at least. Oh, really? 2030. Wow. That's good news for me. So you know what that means? I remember I bought mine in 2018. I don't know what year it came out. I guess I could find out from Wikipedia. So that would be 12 years at least. Obviously, I'm going to keep it that long unless something happens to it. Wow, it's actually that old. It's available in Canada and other countries as well. Wow, I'm really surprised. Yeah. Check out our online. Okay, let's go check it out while we're waiting. Okay, there's a YouTube video. Okay, so this for the Raspberry Pi. Yeah, so this Raspberry Pi. So obviously this models are so Pi-hole zeros. Oh, okay, here we go. So it's 12 watt, 12.5 watt, a micro USB power supply. So yeah, and then plug in your power supply into the port marked power in, or power. Some Raspberry Pi models such as the 0 series have output USB ports with the same form factor as the power port. Be sure to use the correct port on a Raspberry Pi. Raspberry Pi models lack onboard storage, so you have to supply it. You can boot your Raspberry Pi from an operating system image installed on any supported media. Micro SD cards are used commonly, but USB storage, network storage, and storage connected via PCI HAT are also available. However, only recent Pi models support all this media, so clearly mine's not going to support that. All Raspberry Pi consumer models, since the Raspberry Pi 1 Model A Plus feature a micro SD card, your Raspberry Pi automatically boots from the micro SD part when the slot contains a card. Okay, recommended cards we're using with at least 32 gigs of storage for Pi OS. For the Raspberry Pi OS Lite, remember that's the one I downloaded. We recommend at least 16 gigs. This one is 8 gigs. I said I'm not going to be installing. I said I am perfectly fine. You can use NSD card with a capacity of less than 2 terabytes. Capacity is above 2 terabytes. I currently not supported due limitations to the MBR. That's the what does MBR stand for? I used to know what that means. I can't remember now. As you know, what does that mean? What? A master boot record. Yeah. Okay, master boot record. Okay, and as with other boot media, you see improved performance on SD cards with faster and read, of course. So if you're unsure which SD card to consider, the Aspire official SD cards. And so we have, because of hardware limitation, the following devices only boot from a partition of 256 gigabytes or less: the Raspberry Zero and the Pi 1. Wow, interesting. I wonder if the Pi Zero includes the W, because the only difference between this and the W is that the W obviously is wireless. So I'm guessing this one. But I'm perfectly okay with that. You can use any of the USB ports on your Raspberry Pi to connect a wired keyboard, or USB Bluetooth receiver, a mouse if you have any of these ports. Except I don't have any Bluetooth stuff anymore. I mean, like keyboards or mouse. I used to, but not anymore. And Raspberry Pi 5. Okay, I don't have that one. Mine is the 0 models. That comes with a mini HDMI. I already showed you guys. They compose it out via solder pads. Oh, I didn't know you could do that. Okay, that's interesting. And yeah, so you don't necessarily need a case. You can simply just do something like this. But as I said, the LED lights make it very, 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 very hot. And obviously this one doesn't have an Ethernet. And to install, we recommend installing an operation using the Pi manager. If you have no other computer to write the image to the boot device, you may be able to install an operating system directly in Raspberry from the internet. Interesting. Okay. And obviously this is what we used. We used the imager to install it, and you saw how long that took. And then launch the Pi manager. Okay, we did that. Run the app image as root. Obviously I installed it from the repositories. And OS tab. So yeah, you guys already saw that. And you can customize it. You guys saw that as well. And yeah. So I also enabled SSH, wrote to the image. Okay, that's all done. And wow, this is very thorough. Setup. First unplug it to make sure. First boot. Okay, here, first boot. Configuration of first boot. If you customize your Raspberry operating system as part of the installation process and images, your device is ready to use. Proceed to the next step. Learn how to put your Pi to. If your Raspberry Pi does not boot within 5 minutes, check the LED status LED. It's flashing. LED warning flash. If you refuse to boot, try the following migration. If you use the boot device other than SD card, try booting from the SD card. Re-image your SD card. Be sure. Yeah, so if I'm gonna re-image it, I'll probably do it in the command line, and I'll do it offline. I won't bother you guys too much. Alright, so the Bluetooth, I'm not gonna use that. Wi-Fi. Obviously, this is the GUI. I'm not gonna use the GUI. I can just do it in the command line. Alright, that's actually pretty thorough. Very, very, very impressive. So I'm gonna minimize this. Let's go here and see if it's actually detected, because that will tell me if it's up and running, and we can actually finish this tutorial. I still don't see. Okay. According to this, it's been 13 minutes. It's actually been more than 30 minutes because I waited a little bit before I started. So something is clearly wrong, because it hasn't detected the it has not been detected. So I do not know why that is. It should have detected it here, but it hasn't detected it yet. So what I'm gonna do is, I said, like, now could the problem be that the application I used from the Fedora repos is not as good as the app image? Could be, but since it said everything was successful, I seriously doubt it. So okay, so it looks like I'm gonna stop this tutorial here, and I will have to I'll provide an update when I actually do the what do you call it? I'll provide an update when I actually do the what do you call it? The article, because I need to install some software on it. So LS USB just shows all the ports. So clearly, as you can see here, it hasn't been detected. Now, let me see if it's actually warm. It's not even warm. It looks like it's dead. Yeah, I don't know. It seems, yeah, that, so this even by, I ran out of patience at 15 minutes. Come on, that's okay. So something is now I know it's slow. So okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'll give it another 5 minutes just to be fair. So that should be enough time. Maybe it's rebooting because it has to set up a few things and turn off some things, but it should be fast because it doesn't have to worry about all those things as well. So I'll let it finish its job. Unfortunately, Starlink removed they also removed the web version of the to connect to the what do you call it, the router. So I could probably take this off screen and see if I can set up Wi-Fi and connect Wi-Fi that way, but the cable is fine. It's the same cable we used I used earlier today, unless the cable is damaged or something, but I don't think so. No, I'm not seeing Broadcom here, so I am almost certain something is wrong because we didn't install the 32-bit version, so that should be slower. I mean, not slow. I mean, it should be fast enough to boot here. And this guy is empty. Yeah, this guy's empty. Unless I made some mistakes. Yeah, so I might have made mistakes. You know what? I might have to go and turn on the lights and then turn them off later. I might have to do that. Alright, so I won't bore you with this. I think what I'll do is I will let's see here. Yeah, it's not even warm. I'm going to take it out of the case and see what's happening here. I'm going to touch it. Should be a little bit warm. Oh, there's a light. Okay, so you guys, I don't know if you guys can see that. Oh man, it's hard to see here. Oh my goodness, what can you see? Can you see that light? Yeah, so there's a light there. There we go. See, there's a light. That is weird. There should be no light. Okay, you know, let me see. I'll try to log into it. So SSH, it was Edward at Raz. Oh, you know, let me try to ping it. Ping Raspberry Pi.local. Okay, normal service is not known. I'll try to SSH into it. Cannot resolve name. Okay, because I don't know the IP address for it, but okay, so unless I turned off Wi-Fi. Okay, so I'll resolve this and I'll let you guys know in the future tutorial how I resolve this. Right now I do not know why it should at least be showing up as LS USB. Yeah, before it was showing up here as Broadcom, so it's not showing up here, but at least the light is on. So I will go and debug that and see what's going on. It's been 20 minutes, so that's ridiculously long. It doesn't take that long, unless I chose the wrong operating system, but it should not take that long. Or I might find another Raspberry Pi operating system that's a little bit lighter. That could be another option. All right, so let's finish this up. This Raspberry Pi, I said I got it in 2018. It's still viable, and I just showed you, I attempted to, and as I told you earlier, I expected maybe things could fail. Hopefully you guys enjoy this. If I do get it working, you know what, I'm just gonna keep on working on this. Obviously I'm gonna stop the live stream. I'm gonna keep on working on this. If I get it working, I might just I don't know how to append to a, I'll just make a separate video and I'll tell you what happened. I said it doesn't matter. I'll tell you how I resolved it in the, because I'm writing an article based on this. So I'll explain how I got it, how I resolved it. I'll also put something in the comment section. I'll add a comment for you guys who are on the live stream. All right, so that's basically it. I have yeah, this was just a fun little tutorial. I actually don't have even anything to say right now. Yeah, so I do have some quick things here just to let you know. I have this algorithmic serpent. It's available on Amazon. You can pick it up today. It's live. You see, it's by Edo Jumbo. You can just simply go search on Amazon for that. It's about an AI, a system created by a creator, and the creator obviously lost his mind and he has to regain control of his mind. See, it's called a novelette. You can pick it up. It's very affordable. This is at cost. The majority of the cost is for printing and shipping, obviously, for this paperback version, and there's also an ebook version you can get for free if you have Kindle Unlimited. I also have my latest book. It's called The Recession Business Blueprint. If you go to jambo.com, actually that's where I should actually be right now. If you go to jambo.com, so for example, this is a tutorial we did earlier today. You just go to pick any article, you scroll all the way down, there will be a links. Yeah, see here, there are links to, for example, Recession Business Blueprint, the Algorithmic Serpent, and all the other affiliate and referral links. And you can see links to the books on Amazon, the courses on jamboshop.com, all the tutorials. You can contact me on jambo.com/contact, and consultations at jamboservices.com. Again, I would like to implore you to subscribe, like, follow, and leave comments, because the more people subscribe, the more this content gets pushed out to more viewers. Those viewers can join this growing community and then post tips and tricks or requests, which I will research and then I'll share with everyone. And I already talked about my services, and I talked about the courses and books. So I'll go back to the outro and let you know that if you want to see what's upcoming, you simply go to jambo.com. You go to watch menu, lifestyle menu. You can see that we're doing this exciting stuff starting right tomorrow. For example, Vim, the Vim Essentials. Don't worry, it's going to be a short tutorial. I promise you that. Then after that, we have this application called LocalSend. It's cross-platform. Then we create some procedural landscapes for other games or websites using Blend and Python. And then we have our local AI create a puzzle for us. And then the day after that, we're going to optimize that puzzle. All right, so I'm going to check the live chat, see if there's any chat requests. I don't think they were. Okay, so fantastic. I'll see you guys. So I also live stream every day at 2 p.m. Eastern. I don't always night stream, but I definitely do see every day at 2 p.m. Eastern. I do live stream. Okay, guys, so that's it. Let's hope this I'll get this working. I said I'll post something in the chat, in the description how I resolved this. And most likely I probably made a mistake when I was copy pasting, but I'll fix it up. Okay, bye now.